heading up to go and do Hellsgate Gorge. Now, Hellsgate Gorge, excuse me, bit of wipers there. Hellsgate Gorge was a route that a guy in an outdoor shop mentioned to Murray and I when we did our first Blue Mountains trip. And here we are heading up to the through the Blue Mountains now, and as you can see, it's a fantastic day. Couldn't be happier with this. Had some nice bit of rain on the way up, and now we're up in the cloud. So leaving Jenolan Caves, got a brief gap in the rain. I've got about 8k, no, more like 10k, up to the point where I joined the 6-foot track, then cut off the corner and go through to the Black Range campground. I don't think I'll be spending much time today without my raincoat, but we'll see how we go. I'm quite nervous actually, because I've never been around here before. It should be fairly short, but these new routes can be deceiving in that fashion. Mist, cloud, cars coming down with the lights on, absolutely wet through. It's one of the days when you're going to stay wet no matter what happens. You can wear a raincoat and you'll still get soaked with sweat. You cannot wear a raincoat and get soaked with rain. As long as you're warm, who cares? This is now a 6-foot track. You can see it's quite wet. This is where the 6-foot track meets the main road there. So we're off the main road. It's about 11k up the road from Jenolan Caves, and about 2k as the crow flies over to this Black Range campsite. I'm here at the Black Range campsite, and it's this turn here between the Black Range road and the 6-foot track that really symbolises the end of the climbing on the 6-foot track. It's usually around this point, having climbed up the very slow Black Range, that I start to cramp. I find if I go too slow I cramp, and I find if I go too fast I cramp. I'm in this narrowing gap that gets narrower and narrower the more I approach the caves, and I always worry that I'll make it. I think certainly today it's a very wet day, and I think if it's this wet on the 10th of March, the 6th track is, I think there'll be some guys in some serious trouble. This Black Range campsite is home to 2 family stories. One family story is Dad with a cup of tea, a short one. The other family story is Spiders on my testes. That's a good story, I think, involving as it does my father-in-law's underpants, potentially rain, a school group, and as I said earlier, spiders on my testes. It is, however, probably too long a story to do justice with now, so we'll let that one pass for a sunnier day, but it is one of our family epics. So I'm just heading down the Black Range fire trail, just past a couple of walkers. I'm about 700 metres from the turn, so I need to get my eyes peeled and see if there's an obvious trail heading off to the right. But as you can see, today is wet, very wet. So right on cue, this is the turn off to Hellsgate Gorge, or at least it's It matches up with the GPS coordinates that I got from Google Earth, so let's give it a try. It looks to be quite a good trail. It looks like a pretty decent track. Just come down the far trail to Hellsgate Gorge. This looks to be a camping area where I'm at currently. The trail itself is hellishly steep. I don't know if you can see this, but the mud on my brake discs or on my brakes is all dried. It's got hot with the descent. I'm ashamed to say I've been, it's really quite hot. I've been on the brakes for the last 3k downhill. The bike is as clean as ever, and there you go, the front one's dry as well. It's one time when I wish I had more braking than I've got. So somewhere over there, I think you hear the water. It should be the ford. It looks to be flowing fairly well. I've seen coming down the ridgeline there, I saw the trail on the far side. It looks epic. So from here it's probably, I don't know, 15k up to the road, Kanangra Falls Road. So I need to get over this ford and prepare for climbing. This is the trail I've been walking up. It's on the far side of the ford, and it is nothing if not steep. Some more to go up here. So I'm currently at, let's check the GPS, 511 metres, and I think this trail will top out eventually at about 1,000, 1,100 metres. So, a way to go yet. I'm hoping it might get rideable. I don't know if you can see this, but the ground's so heavily eroded with all the rain we've had that you can't ride this. This is too loose, too wet, too steep, too hard. But still, beautiful spot, really, really nice. Good to be out here. Just see a break through the clouds there, and I'm starting to see the weather picking up a bit. I'm now at 620 metres. I'm very firmly in the hiker bike section. It's nice, there's a little cascade coming down there. So, according to the GPS, 6:30, 7.7 to go as the crow flies, which has come down by 2 and a bit k since I started at the ford. So far it's all been pushing, the surface is just too soft to cycle. Anyway, it's good training for the 6-foot track, give me strong calves. I think I'm over the hump now. This is the first downhill bit I've seen in a long while. Very wet, quite tired from pushing up that hill, and it was a push all the way. I cycled most of it. But now heading down, so there should be a ford down here, fairly flat track out to the road, about 4k away as the crow flies.